my journey started when my son's father lost his battle to addictions. And I knew that if I was going to continue down the path that I was on, which was not empowered at all, but I didn't know I wasn't empowered. I'll tell you this, that wasn't even a thought. Like I really would have told you I'm empowered.
Right.
Yeah, like, no, I wasn't. I was delusional, but I was this young, naive and innocent, now new single mom that needed to change my ways because I realized something, that if I didn't change, that I too was going to go down the same path as my son's dad, and my son would be an orphan. Like that was the realization I had. And it was kind of scary to think about it that way, because I didn't want to put my son in that situation. And I also knew that life is inevitably full of ups and downs. And so when someone's challenged, how you respond to that challenge makes or breaks you. How that challenge is met is going to either evolve us or devolve us, cause re-traumatization and going deeper into the painful patterns that we're in. So I didn't know all that. I just knew that my son would be struggling and that I needed to be an example of how to show up and how to do your best to meet those challenges. So long story short, or that wasn't really short, but it was shortened in comparison to what I usually say, I decided that I needed to change my ways. And so it's funny because I often think about like who I am versus who I was. I'm not in competition with anyone else. Like I am seeing how different I am. It's, I tell myself, like, I probably wouldn't have liked myself if I met myself now, or I would see it for what it is. And I can tell you right now, like there's always young adults that you meet and you just look at them for their potential, and yet their challenges are written all over their face, right? You can see they're struggling with whatever's weighing them down. And that's how I was. And so anyway, I began my journey, and it was in my first, I remember my first life coaching session that I had. I worked for a company I was very fortunate to have this opportunity. This company knew the importance of empowering their employees. It knew the value of training people to be their best. So this one, it was like right around the time that I had made this decision, I'm changing my life. And then this opportunity came. So this life coach talked about something that I think really stuck with me throughout this entire journey for decades. And it was the 4 stages of evolving through the stages of competencies. So if it's okay, you want me to share that with
I would love to. Before you do, I just want to pause and just acknowledge you for making that decision. Because that's huge. Like a young person with so much going on like yourself could have easily, like you said, devolved. And you made that conscious choice. You didn't know how it was going to play out, what to do, but you just made a decision, and then the opportunity flowed to you. So
it did. Yes, right there. Choice points matter.
Right. They do. And so I would love for you, to share with us what you learned on your choice point with this first coach, in this evolution.
Nice. And it's funny, actually, before I tell you the evolution of the 4 stages of competency, I actually remember having this moment of looking out my window when I was in that stage of not knowing what to do. I was so stuck. And I was like, I'm going to make a difference in this world. My life is going to be different. I don't know how I'm going to make an impact, but I know I'm going to. And I don't know why. I know that there's no proof in my life that says this is possible. I just had this feeling deep inside of me, but I didn't have the skills. I didn't have the mindset. I didn't have the resources. And so the journey was long and hard.
Right. But you had the intention.
Yeah.
And a small vision, it sounds like. It wasn't all painted yet, but a vision to make an impact. And that's all it needs to start with, right? Those simple steps.
Yeah. Simple steps. And